Yo, what is going on, guys? Savage here. Today I'm bringing you a different type of viewer submitted gameplay. We've been covering a lot of passive gameplay types here lately, and I've been trying to critique their movement on how to play even better as a passive player. Today we'll be actually spectating an aggressive player and going over what they're doing right and what they're doing wrong and what they and you guys need to improve on if you go this route. Remember, guys, when playing any game type, you need to go with the mindset of either A, playing aggressive and playing for kills, or B, playing slow and passive and just trying to go for wins. But guys, before we get into it, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, join the wolf pack today, leave a like on the video. Let's get this video to 700 likes. The comment section has been littered with people telling me how much these tips and tricks will actually help them, so thank you guys for that. It is motivating knowing that these tips are actually helping you. But guys, without further ado, let's dive into the gameplay. All right, guys, as you're loading into any kind of game type, whether it's solos all the way to quads, you want to go ahead and decide how you want to play. Do you want to play slow and passive for the win? Do you want to play fast and aggressive for the win? Do you just want to kill race? You got to put in your mind what you want to do. If you just want to kill race, drop Superstore. That's the best way to just rack up kills. It looks like he's going to go for the search objectives. Whether you start off with objectives doesn't decide your type of gameplay. You can always go for objectives, grab your loadout stash, and then kill hunt. It's just a personal preference. He goes ahead and he unmarks the search objectives. He said, I'm going Superstore. I'm a full send that shit. This is what I'm talking about. This is actually the first viewer submitted gameplay where somebody we're spectating actually goes Superstore. I like the fact that he's scanning, seeing everybody come around him. One tip I would recommend, and he might do this, but as you're getting closer, probably around where he's at now, go ahead and make a 360-degree swipe and try to get a count on other players as well. That way, if you land somewhere like Superstore, you can kind of get an idea of how many people may be around you. All right, right off the bat, I just noticed something that just stands out compared to other viewers that we've been spectating. And this isn't against anybody. Again, I'm just making an observation that he's running, he's slide canceling, he's sprinting. He's not crouch walking. He's not sitting in a corner waiting for somebody to come to him. He's actually playing aggressive, and he's checking his surroundings, checking his corners while still moving and rotating. Spots a guy right in front of him, gets some shots off on him. Unfortunately, the dude had a sniper, so he didn't really have a chance. I would imagine, okay, judging by where he got shot at, right? Judging by where the guy was he shot, I imagine that he ran back through here. I imagine that he went through the door. All right, he's going to work his way up to the high ground. Remember, we know 3 people at least went here, but there may have been more people behind him, so always be aware. I honestly like that. I don't know if it was his plan. I don't know if he did that on purpose, but I do that from time to time too. If I'm going to enter a building through a door and I pass like another area that has a window, I'll break that window to distract the enemy and hopefully draw the enemies to that location so I can flank through the door and come up from behind them. And I think that's what he was trying to do. I like that he sidesteps instead of just running right in. He's trying to bait any kind of shots or any kind of movement or make the enemy panic. I love it. All right, here's footsteps next to him. Now, in situations like this where you hear footsteps, you got to play very, very carefully. There's a difference between camping and playing for position. So basically, he was just sound hoarding, waiting for the enemy to stop. As soon as the enemy stopped moving, he went ahead, went his move, and took the enemy out. The guy didn't stand a chance. He heard him. The enemy didn't. That was just a pretty simple fight right there. But we have $9,700, and now we have enough for a stash. He's at the buy station. This just worked out perfectly. So, Superstore is a great spot for money. That is why it is so hectic there. And there's usually more fights. I'm honestly surprised he only got 1 kill there. I'm surprised there weren't that many enemies to begin with. I thought we'd be walking out of there with at least 5 or 6. That's usually what the case may be. So if you just look at his gameplay right here, you just slide canceling. As he's moving out in the open from place to place, he's always slide canceling. This is something I'm trying to shove down your throats, and this is a perfect example of somebody doing this. He grabs his UAV. He doesn't instantly call it because he knows he's going to be crossing an open field. And as he's crossing the open field, that's technically wasted time. So he waits till he gets to the compound before he uses the UAV and throws it up in the air. That way, by the time he hits the enemy, he'll still be on UAV. The UAV will still be up, and he can go ahead and actually get something out of this money. This poor guy was doing exactly what I tried telling you guys not to do. If you guys hear an enemy, do not freeze up and get in a corner. You're putting yourself in a position to put your back against the wall, and you're just making the enemy's job a lot easier. If you stay moving and try to outplay the enemy, you have a better chance of fighting and shooting than just sitting still and letting this guy come up from any angle he wants. All right, already, I mean, I can tell this guy's a man with a plan, and this is something else that I've been trying to tell you guys. Always approach this game with a plan. As soon as you finish one thing, go with another plan. As soon as you finish that one, go with another plan. You don't ever want to be playing this game and caught up like, oh, what am I going to do now? Because you're going to sit there spinning in a circle, relooting buildings for an extended period of time, and time's just going to be wasted. You have 88 people left. He's got 2 kills. He's only got 2 kills, but it's really not his fault. Superstore just happened to be a very light drop for some reason. But he's got 88 kills, and he's playing fast and aggressive because he wants to get more. So there is a guy on the roof that was shooting. The reason why I think he's on the roof is because he was shooting. The only place you can shoot out of in this building is the rooftop or the bottom floor. But because he was in the center of the building, there's no windows in the center. So that's kind of where I came up with that. All right, so that was a good push by his part. A lot of people would play that real slow and passive, but look, there's 2 reasons why you bust through the door. First off, you just want to bust through the door and surprise the enemy. Secondly, there was an enemy UAV that was launched in the air. You heard the announcer say it. If it was that guy's, as soon as he called it in, just in case it was his, instantly push him. You don't want to get in this. You don't want to waste time sitting in a standoff where you just sit in the doorway and he sits on the other side. Y'all just sit there for like 5 or 10 minutes and nothing really happens. You got to force a fight. I love the fact that he put shots on this guy. The guy goes prone. He forces him out of cover with the cluster strike and then instantly pushes him as the enemy's got his back to him. He's going to shoot him out the window right here. Judging by the... Yeah, he's coming across. He's at the closer wall. Boom. Boom. All right, we got a man in a vehicle going with an aggressive push. What a hit, brother. And that's just going with predicting, guys. I try to say, always predict the enemy's moves. I'm assuming he predicted the enemy was going to go through that door. 1, because, well, the guy pulled up in a vehicle and parked on the other side of the building. 2, when people pull up the buildings, they usually loot from one side to the other and exit through the other side of the building. And that's exactly what he did. So he was able to get the crack with the C4 and just make it really easy for him to kill. Now, he's got $11,000. He's got a buy station he can go back to. There is a free loadout as well over to the north that he can go get if he wants his ghost class. Which is exactly what I would do. First off, I would go to the buy station. So first, grab your ghost class, grab your loadout. There's probably still people at Superstore, I would imagine. Either A, they were leftovers, or B, they rotated in. But grab your ghost class and then go to the buy station, or vice versa. Either way, you want to make sure you hit both of these before the blue comes in. Get a UAV, I'd instantly call the UAV in. That's exactly what he does. He pops the UAV to make sure everything's clear around him. Granted, you can't 100% know because, again, not everybody shows up on UAV if they have ghost. But it's a nice little security blanket to have just to know that you're somewhat safe. You're not super clustered on. All right, again, guys, I want you to look at his movement. I want you to really look at what he's doing. He's not just sliding for no reason. There's a purpose between slide canceling. And if you haven't seen my other videos, that purpose is you move faster across the map. And as you're moving across the map and you're slide canceling, you make it more difficult for snipers to get the headshot. If you're just running straight across the map, the sniper just has to lead you a little bit and fire, right? He just has to track you and then fire. If you're running, slide canceling, running, slide canceling, running, your head's going up and down. You're bobbing up and down. So it makes it a little more difficult. Granted, an experienced sniper, that's not really going to mess with it all. Slide canceling doesn't really bother me when I'm sniping. But for your average players, yes, you will be a lot safer off slide canceling than you will running in a straight line. So we're at an area right now that's pretty clustered. He's got $3,400 and another UAV. Whether you use a UAV in this situation is up to you. I probably would because there's so many people here. Oh, beautiful. He's got another one. So perfect. That just worked out perfectly. So use the UAV, pick up another UAV, and go off. Make sure you pop your reload. I think he meant to pop his reload and it canceled when he picked up the UAV. But I mean, for the most part, you know, Waver's got his shit together. He's definitely no bot, that's for sure. As far as basic movement and basic tactics, I mean, he's doing everything I've been preaching. All right, now if you look at his position, he's out in the open and he's slide canceling to get across this wide open field as fast as he can. He's going from tree to tree, trying to stick to cover as much as he can. Some situations like this right here, you just have no choice. The best option you have is the slide cancel, just to help you get across the ravine faster. But this is going to be aggressive gameplay. He went for a hot drop. He's going for bounties. This man is not playing around. That poor bastard right there, man. As far as the enemy's concerned, I will give the enemy props. He had a bounty on him, and he was at threat 3, which is, you know, full red. And instead of hiding in a building, he was at least outside looking. Again, if you guys got a bounty on you and you sit in a building, you're just basically delaying the inevitable. Try to get an outplay. Even if you die like that guy did, try to get an outplay. Try to practice your awareness, practice your senses, practice your aim, practice your movement. Always try to go for a play. Don't just corner yourself in a room to hopefully not get killed. So he's got another UAV, and if you look at his position, this is not an area to use it either. So basically he's wide open, but there aren't really compounds around, so the chance of an enemy being near him or his UAV is pretty slim, I would imagine. So he throws the UAV in the air and he checks it for blips, and if we look, we have 4 blips, right? So you have the high ground, you can rotate over here and you can just get the kills on these guys, and you can get a double, hopefully, assuming these guys don't kill each other off, but they're both in different buildings, so I imagine they won't. Or if you don't want to go back to the edge of the circle, you can always push the guy that's in the middle. TV station, I hate pushing TV station. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bitch when it comes to TV station pushes. I just don't like it. Too many corners, too many trees, too many buildings, too many staircases. I just, not for me. So I would probably go for this one, but this wouldn't be a bad idea either. But also, if you look at the map real quick before we lose it, there's a bounty here and here. Remember, when the circle collapses and the new circle emerges, all the objectives change, all of them. So right now would not be a time to figure out what objective to go to. I would definitely wait for the new ones to pop up and then decide which ones to go to. And that's exactly what he's doing. He's rotating for the double kill. He's kill hungry. He wants to get both. I love it. Remember, guys, always have in your mind what you want to do. Do you want to go for kills, or do you want to play for a slow win?
Enemy UAV overhead. Be advised, UAV is bingo fuel. RTB for
All right, so fighting compounds like this, when you're trying to fight multiple people or multiple teams, it gets real sketchy. However, I do like this ridge. It's a nice high ground. We usually win the fights when we're sitting here fighting this compound, which happens pretty often, believe it or not. We get in a lot of fights in this position. All right, so the trick right here is to push these guys without getting third-partied and pinched. So basically what you want to do is try to stay on the outskirts and pick them off one by one instead of running in the middle of them. Unfortunately, his UAV went away, so he's got to rely on his heartbeat. Beautiful crack, and there it is. All right, so let's talk about what the enemy did wrong here. All right, so here's where building knowledge comes into play. So basically, this guy heard our boy breaking through the window, so he instantly ADS on the staircase to try to kill him before he pushed up. That's the typical play. What you want to do, though, is look at all these windows this dude has. There's 4 windows in this side. There's 3 windows in this room. There may be 4, actually, in this room. The play I would have done was, as soon as I heard the glass break, I would have jumped out another window, and I would come up from downstairs and come up behind Wavor. You want to try to outplay the situation. If you put yourself right here, it's real easy for him to take you out. Why? Because when he pushes up the stairs, technically this little ledge right here, when he's backing up and peeking, it's technically a head glitch. So he's going to be able to shoot you before you can really put accurate shots on him, unless you're a very accurate shooter and you can kind of get that headshot. Another thing, these rooms right here, a lot of people corner themselves in their room and wait for you to come in. Guys, do not corner yourself in a room. I tell you this all the time. Jump out the windows, work the building, rotate back under this guy, and try to come up behind him. That would have been the better option. All right, so remember, there's at least one more guy here. We didn't hear shots, so I wouldn't imagine that the guy he just killed got that kill. I don't know where this other guy is. He may have dipped off and tried to get safe. That's highly possible. All right, he spots him on UAV, buys another UAV, and buys self-res. Perfect. I mean, your boy is fully tacked out. Now, this is a very sticky situation. Since that building's on the edge, I highly doubt that red dot's going to move, so I would push the building just like he is. Pushing these buildings is, I'm not going to say complicated. It's probably one of the easier buildings to push. But pushing buildings in general is very sketch. So you got to play it carefully, but you got to play it fast. You don't want to crouch walk in a building, and you don't want to freeze up. You want to play fast and aggressive. This guy hasn't stopped moving since we started spectating him. This is how I play. This is how most top tier players play. Calls in another UAV. I'm assuming he's going to buy another one. Spots that guy. I didn't even hear him. He somehow knew he was there. Good shit, brother. I don't know how you did. Maybe I was talking and I couldn't hear him. Who knows? Who knows? But now he's going to buy a advanced UAV. I love it. A fun fact. Now, granted, he's saving his money for more, which is fine. But fun fact, if you keep spamming UAVs while you have an advanced UAV, it extends the period of the UAV's life. I played a match the other day where me and my squad, we ran into a fire sale situation where we all had $15,000 plus. So we ended up throwing up I don't know, I'd say about 25 UAVs. I'm not exaggerating. I'm going to post the video soon, but it extended the advanced UAV's life for 7 minutes. Guys, please make sure that if a fire sale happens near you and you have a bunch of money, spam the hell out of UAVs. Utilize a fire sale properly. Now, this building here, solos is a lot simpler, right? Because there's 2 entrances. You have one on the right side, one on the left side. So this is an easier building to push. Squads, though, and trios, I wouldn't touch this building. I would run the opposite way. I wouldn't even go near this bitch, because going up both staircases when you're playing against 3 or 4 people and they could be watching both staircases is a real pain in the ass. But because it's solo, he's going to go ahead and push up. Luckily, the enemy starts shooting at somebody, so it makes his job even easier.
Target mark, send it. This is Striker 3-1, good copy. Strike inbound.
All right, so what he did there was he called in an airstrike. Now, a lot of people think that this is a waste. A lot of the newer people think that it's a waste of an airstrike. So what he did right there was he knew that the enemy was waiting at the door. The enemy was shooting, and he moved closer. He heard the footsteps. So he utilized his precision strike to force the enemy downstairs right to him. That was a beautiful play. Very simple, but a very underutilized task. Again, this is how top 1% players play, guys. It's just little things like that, little minute things that can really make a difference in the game. Notice also, guys, notice when he's in his map. Let's rewind this shit. This is a great tour right here. He's moving, right? Notice how he's in this map, but he's moving side to side. You always want to stay moving. If you have to call in an airstrike, if you have to call in UAV, if you're going for a res, if you're going for anything, always be moving. For instance, when I'm resing a teammate, I'm teabagging him. Not to be funny, I just don't want to get shot in the head by a sniper. It happened to me yesterday. I'm sitting there teabagging my teammate as I'm resing him. The sniper shot me, but because I was teabagging, he was going for a headshot when I was crouched, but when I stood up, it hit me in the body, and I was able to finish the res, and we both survived. Always keep your body moving as much as possible. So he should bail out of the vehicle before it even hits the street. Okay, perfect. Perfect. That way the guy that's in the house can't hit him with C4 if there is a guy in the house. He checks the window, spots a guy that's... Spots the guy what? That's crouch walking. This is what I'm saying, guys. Stop crouch walking. You're going to hurt yourself. All right, the guy's trying to pop self-res and he can't get it off. Now, he does have C4 as a vehicle approaching. Never mind. He's driving away. Good shots, brother. Now, I want you guys to notice as well, he doesn't overstay his welcome. He gets a kill, he gets in and gets out. Right now, he's looking for a guy that's floating above him according to his UAV, seeing if he can get an easy pick. The guy just landed right in front of him. This should be a very easy kill. It should be a little bit to the right. There it is. And GG. That's all she wrote. I'm guessing the guy landed back on his loot, got his stuff, and just made an easy kill in the wide open. But yeah, he doesn't overstay his welcome. He gets in, he gets out, and he moves on. He's hopping back in his vehicle. He's going to reposition. Remember, guys, relocating is not just a sniper tactic. It's just a tactic in general when it comes to battle royale games. You don't want to stay in one area for longer than you have to. Granted, in-game is a whole different situation. Sometimes you just got to play the better position. Good driving, brother. All right, we got a bounty in here. Now, 9 times out of 10, you're always going to have somebody in here. All right, enemy soldier incoming. I want you guys to look at that right now. The announcer says enemy soldier incoming, and instantly, reaction time on par, instantly start scanning the area to make sure he's not about to get landed on. All right, so there is a bounty over here. He could be in this building, he could be in the next building. The bounty dot is never 100% accurate. It's such a delay. I think it's like a 15-second delay, a 10-second delay between the time it moves. Now, I will say this building here, I hate this building. I hate this building. And buildings like it. I'd rather, you know, these long buildings with just multiple floors than this right here. There's just so much crap. I have been killed in here by a camper too many times. And again, I base my gameplay based on my past experience. I'm not going in that bitch. Ain't no way. Now, if the bounty happens to be in there, if this dot relocates and he's in there, okay, that's fine. But I would play this edge real quick. I would play the building. I'd probably go the other way. And see if it did, and see if I can get a different angle, because this entrance here is a pain in the ass, because you have corner 1, you have corner 2, you have all these boilers, you have just too much shit. You go in from the other way, it's a little bit more direct because there's no corner on that side. The door just opens up and there's a wall right there. So you don't have to worry about clearing the right corner. You just have to clear straight and then scan to the left and clear at the left. If I can go in and just scan 90 degrees of an area, I'd rather go in that entrance. but I don't know if the bounty's in here or not. All right, heartbeats, nobody's. Oh. Bro, I've been playing this game since it came out, and look, this shit still surprises me. I don't know why, but I still just get shocked by this shit. The dude literally sitting right there, right? Literally sitting right here. He peeks out, shoots, and instantly goes right back. You hate to see it. I tell you guys all the time, don't back yourself in a corner. He backed himself in a corner, and he got a kill. It'll work out in getting kills every now and then, but in the long run, this guy right here, he's gonna get shit on 9 times out of 10. Wave War, damn, that was a good game, brother. You played really well. Damn, that's unfortunate. All right, look, guys, this was a whole different gameplay. There really wasn't anything for me to critique. He played it really well. Now, kind of the end right there, I predicted exactly what was going to happen. Well, I didn't really predict it, but I kind of just gave my past experience with it, and that's exactly what happened to your boy. So that sucks, man. But guys, look, I was really hesitant to post this gameplay because I want to be able to help you guys get better. He's a good player in general, for sure. I would imagine he's probably got a 2 KD or above, I would imagine. So there's really not much to critique with him, but this is a great lesson for you guys to watch, witness, and learn from. This is basically, a lot of this was mostly what I've been telling you guys for the past 3 weeks, but I'm glad we actually got a nice hot drop beginning. Really wasn't that hot, but it was a superstore drop, and we were able to kind of go through that together. Guys, please let me know in the comment section if you enjoyed watching this type of gameplay. Usually we watch, you know, a little bit more of a newer player. This is definitely a veteran player. So let me know if you guys enjoyed these videos and we can throw in some more. I have a bunch of videos. A lot of them are super goated. A lot of them are super new. So let me know which ones you'd prefer. If you guys want me to throw in some more veteran gameplay, let me know. I can throw in once a week and we can kind of re-emphasize everything I've been saying. But let me know in the comment section below. Again, guys, I really hope these videos are helping you. Let me know in the comment section below if they are. Also, if you want to submit your gameplay for review, make sure you upload your video to YouTube and send me the link via Twitter or Instagram. Guys, as always, have a good one and good luck in Warzone. Guys, I really hope you enjoyed the video. I'm loving the feedback from this series and I look forward to doing this series throughout the entirety of Warzone. If you guys want to check out some more Warzone tips and tricks videos or how to get better at mouse and key videos, make sure you click one of the links over here and don't forget to subscribe below. You guys have a good one and I'll see you in the next one.